Hmm. All right, hit it. What's up? Must be you, man. What's up, people? How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, he knows. Yes, and we also love the awesome airplane, the scheme on the T-45. Man, that looks great as well. Okay. Yeah, he's done a good job on that airplane, man. It looks really, really, really nice. I like the blue actually better than I think I do the red on mine now. Might have to do a different one now. Makes you think you got a new plane. You know what I mean? um, but yeah, Victor, you done a great job on that, man. Looks really good. They said you got no sound, Dustin. They said they can't hear you.
What about now? Oh, okay, so I can turn my mic off two different ways.
He's eating on an apple, guys, so he had his mic turned off. I said you sound like a horse over there munching on a damn apple. um, so then, can y'all hear him now? Can you hum us a song? You sing a song or something? Crunch an apple.
Yeah, no, I can feel the sound bar at the bottom.
All right, cool. So, so been working on some projects, man. Here lately. Well, first things first. They had an awesome air show at Cherry Point Marine Base this past weekend. I wanted to go, couldn't do that. And then they had an excellent fly-in in Kinston, North Carolina, that I wanted to try to get to. Um, because it was a beautiful weekend, but my son's playing travel lacrosse, so that's what we were doing, and I had to go out of town for that. So by the time I got back in town, it was kind of late in the afternoon, so I figured, it's over with, so didn't go. Um, but yeah, like I said, I hated it because Bobby, RC plane reviewer from Raleigh, and Jeff NC84, both of them from the Raleigh area, they went to the Kinston fly-in. They were there. Um, and looked like they were having a great time. They ran into my buddy Brian there. They were hanging out a little bit, and they had some good stuff. So all the footage they had up there, Paul Hatcher's put some good video out as well, some good stuff on Instagram. Um, but yeah, they had some nice planes. That was the Big Warbird Classic that they had down in Kinston, North Carolina. So if you didn't catch it this past weekend, try to plan it on your calendar for next weekend, next year, and hopefully you can get by there and go. They've had three fly-ins this year, man, and they're big time fly-ins, so they're doing a good job. And the funny thing is, man, every single fly-in they've had this year, they've had the most beautiful weather for. Perfect winds, perfect temperatures, no rain, um, just perfect. I mean, how do you do that? You plan three fly-ins and every single one of them is perfect. That's awesome. So that's really good for those guys. Um, And then, see what else has been going on. Oh, I had a buddy of mine hit me up on Messenger, and this is a question for all you guys out there. And I've tried to answer his question. I think I have. So Dustin, you chime in because I'm sure you know on this stuff as well, especially setting up your F-14. So any of you guys out there listening, Victor, George Watts, all you guys listening to this, if you can chime in. So a friend of mine named Bob, he hit me on Messenger the other night. He is setting up his free wing F-16 like this one, okay, but he's got the regular scheme, and he's doing it with flaperons. So mine is all done. I did it myself, and it's been a while back, so I can't really remember. You know how you forget everything you did. But I do have the Admiral 600 in this plane with the gyro, which it flies incredibly well with. Um, but his question was when he hit me up on Messenger was, hey Jeff, I'm trying to set up my gyro with my flaperons, and I can't get my uh, when I do an aileron, they either one goes up or one. I said, well, first of all, you need to go in and you need to reverse your aux channel. So he did, and he said that worked. So then when he put his gyro on, he picked the plane up with flaps deployed. When he moved the plane, only one flap moved. The other one would not move. Now, I've heard some people talk about this with the AS3X gyros, that if you set a plane up with flaperons, you lose gyro for flaps for taking off or landing. So that being said, he has the Admiral, which I have in here, and mine worked perfectly fine because I've tested it again tonight. And so in talking with him, I told him to basically go in here, separate the ailerons, put one on the aileron channel in the receiver, put the other one on the aux 1 channel in the receiver. So he's done that, and he's going to set his gyro up to mode C, which you can turn off and on and use your knob for your gains. So other than that, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. I hope he can get everything working. If you guys can think of anything I'm missing, chime in, because I'm kind of. Okay, he's got that because you've got normal flaperons and VTEL that you have to set the pots for. He's got that done. He did say that everything is on when you have flaperons. If you've got a normal tail, it's on, off, which is 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the pots. So he said he had everything turned on, which gives you flaperon. So he does have that correct, he said. So when I got off the phone with him tonight, because we actually ended up talking tonight, he's going to try the things that I've told him, but I said I may have missed something in that. So if any of you guys come up with anything that you think that I've missed, let's see, BD Tennessee, is there a dip switch for flaperons on the receiver? It's switch 6. BD, this is the Admiral 600. You've got aux 1 and aux 2. Aux 2 is normally channel 7, and it's your bind plug as well. Aux 6 on this gyro is typically your flaps. This plane does not have flaps, so therefore we set it up with flaperons. So they're saying they can't hear you, Dustin. Have you got your mic on or off, man? He might just not be talking, Mike. I don't know. He's kind of sitting there just listening, I think.
Yeah, my mic is on.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Must have been the soundboard.
But yeah, but if anybody, if you can think of anything that he might need to do that I haven't told him, please chime in, because I don't know that there's a mix other than for your gyro on-off switch. He knows about that.
So when he shakes the plane left and right, there's only one flaperon.
Yeah, moving. one flaperon is moving. Yeah. They said they hear you now. George said he hears you now, so that's good.
If that's the case, then that means he's only getting one input. So at that point, that's a gyro setup, because, and the reason being for that is the gyro is sending out the signal at that point. The radio is not. So that's the isolation between the gyro setup.
It makes sense. Which now mine's working. If I move my plane, both of my flaperons move with the gyro. So there's something somewhere that I don't know what he's missing. But I did tell him to go directly, because there is a circuit board in this jet. But with mine, you go directly to the ailerons. You go aileron from the receiver to the aileron, and from aux 1 to the aileron. So there is no board. You don't go into the circuit board. Um, and Guniak, he says it needs to be done through the receiver. Okay, which if he's got his ailerons hooked up through the receiver, probably he's got his wing type in his radio as flaperon. He's got his receiver set up as flaperon type. Then he should be good, is what I'm thinking. So hopefully he'll get all that worked out. Let's see, he will need to make sure to plug in how they say in the manual. Okay, well, I'm not sure, Ray, if this manual for this 90 millimeter F16 tells you how to set up flaperons because it doesn't come with flaps. I can't remember. My manual's outside in my trailer, so I don't have it handy. So if you know that, chime in. Um, Gyro don't like mixing. Throws the commands off. I hear you, EQ, but at the same time, like I said, mine, the way it's plugged in, everything's working perfectly, just like it should, and it flies great. Gyro works on or off, everything's working perfectly with flaperons, with takeoff flaps and landing flaps. So it's just got to be something he's either has done or has not done, or he's missing somewhere, because we've got the same everything. It's in the Admiral manual. Okay, all right, Ray. Well, I'll tell him to pull up that PDF. So, Bob, if you're in here tonight and listening, try to find the PDF for the Admiral manual online at Motion RC, and it should tell you how to set it up for flaperons. Or there may be a video on YouTube that somebody's done. More than likely, he could look at. I'm guessing. Let's see. Left wing goes into aux port 1. Exactly. Exactly. Um, well, you know what though, Ray? If you were sitting in my plane, the left wing is actually in my aileron on the receiver, and the right wing is plugged into my aux 1. And I did look at that tonight. So yeah, so the right wing is plugged into aux 1, the left wing is plugged into the aileron on the receiver. That I do know. I did verify that. Spoilerons are the opposite of the flaperons. All right, cool to know, Mike. So that would make sense. So yeah, so that I did make sure of, Ray. Um, let's see, it just depends on the way the setup in the radio. Exactly, and that's the thing. I mean, he went in. I know he reversed one of the servos, either on aux 1 or aileron. He reversed one of those, so he may need to go back and change that. Okay. Sweet Paul, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Paul. David Snyder, thank you. Um, They show an A and B style in the wing configuration menu. Okay, good to know, Ray. Thank you. So, Bob, if you're in here listening, um, definitely check out that because Ray's saying they show an A and B style in the wing configuration menu, and I'm sure Motion RC probably has that PDF on their website because it don't come with one in the box. That's for sure. um, so yeah, so I appreciate you guys looking at that. I got something else I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna move this out of the way because I got something else I got to sit up here. But this again, this is one of my pride and joys, guys. You know that, all of you know that. This is my Arctic Aggressor F16 I painted. Oh, she looked good. You know it. Let's see. Let me move this one out of the way, and I'll show you something else that I've been working on. Let's see here. And I am about 95, 96% complete on this, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Check it out. What do you think, man? You see that? Doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look good? Yeah, my pilots aren't glued in or screwed in yet, so they're kind of tipping over, but that's okay. I don't even have the canopy glued on yet because I'm not through working on the inside of the cockpit. But the scheme on this thing, and then like I said, I got to put two more coats of polyacrylic over the decals. I thought I'd break it out and give you guys the up close and personal. And I'm sure that my buddy Eric that sent this plane to me to do for him is in here somewhere tonight. So Eric, if you are, buddy, this one's for you. Um, I've got everything hooked up, plugged in, gyros working. Like I said, I'm going to take these pilots. I'm going to paint their helmets where it's white. I'm going to paint their helmets the color of the metallic blue that's on the plane, like you see here. Wouldn't that be sweet? It'll look good, right? Um, so yeah, so I'm detailing the cockpit on the inside now. I'm getting all that done. So so yeah, so it's gonna look pretty daggone good, I think, once it's all said, done, and finished. Um, the dragon scheme is pretty awesome, I must say. I like it a lot. And that is Cali Graphics as far as the dragon goes. He got that from her, and that's really good. Let's see. BD says, you know, that's a badass jet when it's got a dragon on it. Yes, it is, man. It's going to definitely be a show. It'll be a showstopper, man. He's going to have a beautiful model. And being an L39, well, Dustin, you got one. You know how well it flies. Um, this is going to be definitely a piece that everyone at the field will stop and take note of, man. It's going to look really, really good, and everybody's going to love it. I can't wait to see him maiden it, man. He's going to drive all the way down here from Florida and uh, and fly this airplane at our field, man. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to have everything set up in my radio for him, and then I'm just going to transfer. Well, I told him if he wants to fly it with my IX-20 for the first maiden flight, he could, or I would transfer everything over to his radio with a card. Not a problem. Thank you, George. I appreciate it, buddy. I'm very proud of how it's turned out, man. Like I said, Cali Graphics, she did a phenomenal job with the graphics on this airplane. That Dragon is incredible. That was hard right there around the clevises and the horns on that rudder, guys. That was a pain, but it worked out perfect. Everything blended nicely, no problems. The graphics went on great. I will tell you this, and yes, I did do a video series on this that I'm going to get put together and put out for you guys. But I will tell you this, guys, if you got a coat of polyacrylic on your plane before you do the decals, if you will get you a bottle of soapy water, when I say soapy, I'm talking like one squirt of soap to a bottle of water. It don't take much dish soap. I use Dawn. Um, Spray the plane first with your soapy water, and then start putting your decal on, and then your decal will not adhere just like that the minute you're doing it. You'll have time if you need to peel it up, move it around, kind of like a water slide. You'll have some time to play. Because if you do not do that with these decals, it's going to stick to the airplane just like that. And sometimes you'll pull paint off, or sometimes you'll ruin the decal. So definitely do yourself a favor. Polyacrylic the plane first, and then come back and with a little soapy water and spray the plane, and then put on your decal, and then you'll have some time to adjust it and move it and work out all your bubbles and things like that, because there's not a single bubble in these stickers anywhere. They went on perfectly. And then one thing that I do is I take my monocoat iron on #1 setting with a paper towel, and I lay the paper towel on the decal, and I take my iron and I rub it slowly back and forth, and the heat activates the glue in the sticker and gets rid of the water. It dries out any water from behind the sticker, and it makes it really adhere. And that's it. And it's down. Once it's down, it ain't coming off. So, and then, like I said, I'm going over this with two more coats of high gloss polyacrylic right here, and yeah, it's going to look like a shiny penny when I'm through with it. So, what does it say? All that is missing is the, what is that? The Khaleesi. Oh yeah, there you go. Damn right. That's what I need, isn't it? I need me a little Khaleesi doll. I did too. Yeah, you're right, George. She would look hot sitting in this thing, wouldn't she? Yeah, once I get the pilot's helmets painted and a little more detailing in there, I think it's going to look good. He's also going to put I think he's going to put Ray's fiery booty in it. That'll really light up the rear end. So that'll look nice. Let's see. I designed 3D printing scale wheel hubs for the Freewing L39. Have a spare set. Let me know if you want me to send them to you. I'm using them. You know, TCAT, that's incredibly awesome offer, man. I'll ask him about that. I've actually painted the wheels on these. I don't know if you guys can see it. I've painted them white. They were gray, and I'm going to go in as well and paint the lug nuts, the heads of them black to make it look even more scale. But yeah, TC, that's a great idea. Design 3D scale wheel hubs. That's pretty cool, man. I'll mention that to him. He may want to get those from you, and yeah, and then we'll put them on here, and we'll definitely promote them on here for you, man. That'd be awesome. They look good. What do you think, Dustin? You think they would look killer on here? Damn right, man. Yeah, I'd love to see those, man. Yeah, hit me up, please. Like I said, this is going to be a showstopper, man. Everywhere he takes his jet, people are going to notice it and look at it. So he's definitely. I'm going to put it in the Motion RC March Madness competition, just because it is a free wing. It is a Motion RC plane, and it's had a total remake. So I'm going to enter it in the March Madness and see if I can't maybe get James to put it on the show as well. So if you're out there listening, James, and you see this, let me know, man, because I'd love to show it on there and talk about it. So it turned out really good. So yeah. And then the next cool thing that's going on right now, guys, is I told you that I was going to be getting the decals for my AL37 right here behind me. Well, guess what? They're up here. And that is a big sheet, guys. That is calligraphic as well. Um, I'll show you just a little bit. This is part of, you can see this. That is the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Walt Disney World. You can see that. That will be on there as well. And Dustin, you were asking me about these decals. This is how big this sheet is, guys. I mean, this is probably, I don't know, God, 2.5 feet wide by probably 6 feet long. But as you can see, I can't even get it all in here. This is gonna be it.
Oh,
And
that's gonna be bitching.
isn't that gonna be cool? And this down here by this hand is the nose of the airplane. So the whole nose of the plane looks like a stormtrooper, and it is a Latham plane. And then the stormtrooper goes on the vertical, and his gun and everything goes under the belly, kind of the tail section of the airplane. So yeah, it's going to be, yeah, bitching is a good word. That's really good. And just to really give you guys an idea of what this plane will look like, hang on one second. This is really cool. See if I can do this here, get that back up there and out of the way, and I'll show you this. This is really cool. Let's see. This, the guys, this is really cool. You guys can see this right here. This is a 1/400 scale die-cast plane, Latham, just like the scheme of the AL37, and I'll show it to you. Take it out of the box here. I don't know. This wouldn't be a collectible item one day. That's why I'm gonna keep it in the box. I think I may display it with the plane if I'm ever displaying the plane somewhere, like at a fly-in or something. But this is the actual plane. and this is all die-cast metal. And yes, the wheels on it do articulate or move as it so be. They turn, they roll. Um, but as you can see, if you can see that, that is the exact scheme that will be on my AL37. And that's what it'll look like, top, bottom, everywhere. Um, so it's gonna be pretty cool, man. So yeah, that'll look really good sitting with it. So
Well, you might not. People might not be able to see it sitting next to that AL39 because it's so
but
huge.
yeah, you know. But yeah, but I saw this, man. I said I gotta order that. That is just too daggone cool. So I got that. But I also got it because it is so scale. Even though it's tiny, it has
Hmm.
every single decal on it painted on that comes on this sheet. So it'll give me a reference to look at for my painting because I've got to paint. I've got to paint part of the fuselage black because my whole plane is white. So I've got to paint. I'll probably paint the whole thing white because most people talk about how the plane is yellow, kind of a yellow off-white. So I'll probably paint the whole plane white to begin with a flat white primer. And then I'll paint my black here, black underneath, anywhere I need the black because the decals will lay over top of the black. Um, and yeah, that'll look pretty daggone cool. You can pull it up online and find that airplane and look at it, and you can see more of what it looks like. But it's really an awesome looking scheme. So yeah, that's what's happening. Lots of stuff going on, you know.
So how long until the AL39 is finished?
The L39.
Well, not yeah, another 6 years.
Which one are you talking about now, smartass?
The Star Wars.
Oh well, I've got to get the fuselage. Like I said, I ordered the all white
I know
AL37.
I know you did,
So
but you're
right, so I've
but you're
already done.
you're,
I've
you're
already
already two
got the
years behind the ball, man.
no one.
Like
But
one and a half.
I couldn't decide what I was going to do with the scheme anyway. So, but now I do. So as soon as I can, you know, get going and paint, I gotta get the L39 finished, which is much more. Um, and then he'll pick that up probably in a couple of weeks and get it maidened. And so in the meantime, I'm gonna paint this whole fuselage and the plane probably white all over with a nice two times this paint right here. As a matter of fact, that is an incredible primer, guys. That is the flat white primer by two times Rust-Oleum. It is incredible. Goes on great, and you can get just about every ounce out of this can. So that is a great paint. Um, and it dries like that fast. That's what this whole plane's been painted with is Rust-Oleum two times. Um, so yeah, that's once I get this one totally out of my way, I'll start painting on this AL37, and hopefully once I do, it'll go pretty good. Shouldn't be too bad. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna paint it totally white first, then I'll get the black put on it, and then I'll totally polyacrylic it, and then I'll start putting decals on, and then I'll get all the decals on, touch up anything needs to be touched up, polyacrylic again. I'm gonna put metal tape down the leading edges of the wings, the elevator, the tail. I'm gonna paint underneath the wings silver, just like the one in the little box here I showed you guys. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it just like this replica, just like this 1/400 scale that I've got. So um, thanks, T-Cat. I appreciate that, man. It's gonna look good, I think. Yeah, Brian, keeping it in the package, I think it'll be pretty cool, especially since it's a Star Wars thing and the packaging and everything. You never know. I might be dead and gone, but maybe one day it'll be worth something. Um, let's see. And Guniac dropped a link for you, Bob. So if you're in here, check that out. Click on his link, and it'll take you to that. So definitely look into that. And I've actually, I've also got a lemon I haven't used yet. I want to use that as well. What's up, Sir Mickey of House BRC? You missing it, man? Telling you, bud.
He's
Had
too
some good
busy
stuff.
flying jets and shit.
I know, man. He's got a T-45. He's getting ready to hook up with a turbine. So
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for that.
he's he's going to the big boy side of the dark side now, man. He's in a different realm than we are.
Oh man, ain't that true?
I'm not ready to take on that price range just yet. I'll be happy to get like a HSD size jet first in a EDF. Hey, did any of you guys see the guy on Instagram that's building the fans, the ducted fan system with a JP fan, and he's doing a Harrier style EDF setup?
Oh yeah,
Have you
he's
seen it?
he's got a thing on YouTube. He's got many videos out on it.
Well, now he showed this is a big setup. He's got it sitting
Mm-hmm.
on a board on his table right now, and he's got a push pull servo, and it pulls the two things around that push the air down, and it's got a great big JP fan at the end of the board. It's a big setup, man. It's amazing how big that really is. But yeah, if that'll work, man, that'll be a new thing going right there, man. That'd be awesome. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I saw his pictures on Instagram today. Let's see. And another thing, anybody listening that's in the vicinity, we have a club meeting at our field this coming Friday evening at 6 o'clock. And Mr. Lewis wanted me to let everybody know that. And fly-in is October 23rd. And you can check out NC Space Cowboys website. It's ncsspacecowboys.org. And you can check that out. Let's see, what are we looking at here?
Not much going on in terms of new releases or anything. I saw where Motion has their High Wing, which is cool. Has the slats that come out and stuff. I see a lot of people are selling them, are selling their Dracos.
I told you, man. I
I
knew
still
that
like
was.
mine. Hey, but anybody wants to buy a used Draco?
Oh Lord. Mm,
I sold the one I bought from my dad.
mm. Yeah, I told you, man. That just didn't really move me too much. I mean, I appreciate the scale of it, everything of it, but it just didn't. I don't know. But yeah, it's the scale fidelity of it and everything looks really nice there. So
That's cool.
let's see.
Hmm. Hmm.
So man, I know you said you had a lot to do, so it's up to you as far as how long we stay on tonight, buddy.
I'm
You
good for
know,
like another like 15 minutes or so.
all right.
Um, cause I'm in the process of selling machine, working on my biggest sale
Okay.
ever. It's been a lot of hand holding. I'm leaving for Chicago on Thursday for the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finalizing the deal of selling my CNC machine to get another one, which means I'm gonna be down for like 2 months. But good friend of mine, he sometimes has down spindle time, so if I need to do something, I can just hop over there real quick. We're good friends. We help each other out, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's how it ought to be anyway, man. I mean, it's just like with this hobby. When that guy hit me up about the airplane, I'd never spoken with him before, but that's kind of what we all do. We all try to help out each other, and I told him, I actually called him tonight. I said, "Hey, man, the guys in the community, come on the show. Talk to them if they have anything they can help you with. You know, don't hesitate to ask questions. They're good guys, and everybody's willing to help." What's up, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Reck?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Mickey does have cool videos, doesn't he? You gotta love it. Mickey was looking right dapper in his jumpsuit the other day in front of the jet. Did you guys see that? Looking like Pretty Ricky standing there. That was a good picture. Uh, Tell you what, man, I've been trying to buy the wife a car, and I mean, it's like between not being much out there, not much in the way of new, they don't negotiate. I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, there's hardly anything on the lots. Um, and like I say, whatever they do have, they don't negotiate on, and then they don't want to give you everything you should be getting for yours. Um, yeah.
That's the whole thing of what they call the art of negotiating. There's actually
Oh,
a
I
book
love
called
the
it.
game.
I love negotiating.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. I love the game, but that's the thing. I'll play the game as long as they want to play because I don't have to do nothing. Mine's paid
Mm-hmm.
for. But I do have a nice Jeep Wrangler JK for sale if anybody's looking, and it's my wife, so it is a cream puff. You hear what I'm telling you, man? It is a cream puff, bud. Um, that's one thing. We've had people come in our business talking about, would you like to sell your Jeep? That was a year ago. We're like, nah, she didn't want to sell it then. She's like, nah, I love my Jeep. I'm not gonna. I'm like, hey, you can sell it. She's like, nah, I really like it. Well, now it's kind of one of the things where what the market's doing. I can sell it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give it to a damn dealership when I can sell it to an individual. We haven't even tried to sell it because I can't find what I want, and as far as another car yet. So I'm afraid to advertise it because I'm afraid if I do sell it, then we don't have a car, So, but it is a sweet sweet Jeep Wrangler Sahara Unlimited. Yes, they are, Roy. Um,
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot of problem. None of these lots can get cars right now because of the chips and all this mess, but they're coming. So I had a dealer try to tell me the other day, well, this is the new wave. You're not going to see dealerships like you used to see them where they had 50 or 100 cars. They're only going to have one or two, and you'll come in and it'll be like a mail order. You'll look and drive at the car, but then you'll sit down and order yours, and it'll come in a few months. I'm like, do I look like a dummy? I mean, because that's the biggest crock of hooey I've ever heard in my life. Because let's face it, car dealerships love having numerous cars on their lot because buying a car for a lot of people is a spontaneous action. Okay, and if you ain't got a car sitting there somebody wants, they go home and they think about it a couple of days. They're gonna keep what they got and they're gonna go, well, we'll just wait, and then they're gonna go another. Whereas if you got a car lot full, they can pick from one, chances are likely they're gonna go home with a new car. So
Mm-hmm.
don't hand me the shit of, well, this is the new wave after COVID. You're not gonna see car lots full of cars anymore. Come on, man. Do I look like this? Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, Robert. I tell you, my wife's a good driver though. She drives her Jeep like a grandma. I have to get on. I'm like, man, you got to blow this thing out sometimes. Um, but and they'll fly. Those Jeep Wranglers will fly, and she never gets on it. So when I drive it, I'm like, I got to blow this thing out. Um, but it will. It'll get up and go. But my son just got his permit, and I just don't feel real safe with him driving that Jeep. So I'm gonna trying to find looking like an Audi because they're supposed to be very safe. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The Audi dealership here, Robert, they have three Audis, three new ones sitting on the lot, and it's like they won't negotiate on them at all. And I'm like, well, okay, keep it, but we can order you one. But wait, there's more.
Mm,
I'm like, well, you gonna kiss me too? Spencer Keith said Toyota cut production 40% worldwide.
Sea-Doo cut all their production for jet
Who
skis.
did?
Sea-Doo.
Oh, Cedu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they closed down all the factories. There's one factory that could actually get the resin for the fiberglass. They kept that one open, but the rest of them got shut down.
Well, that's like the boat dealer that I bought my boat from last year. They got boats coming in, but they can't get motors for them. Well, guess what? uh, boat's not a lot of good without a motor unless it comes with a nice paddle. We can sell you a trolling motor.
Damn.
Yeah. I'll be like, ah, no thanks. Appreciate that. Mm. But yes, it's sad, man. All the car lots around here is Toyota, Chevrolet. There's not even a brand new Yukon on our GMC lot here. There's only like two pickup trucks. Now they've got some used cars. They've got Mazdas. They sell Mazdas as well. They got a few Cadillacs because they sell Cadillacs. Um, but I mean, the Hyundai dealership, it looks like a ghost town. I don't know how these dealers are doing it, man. I don't know how they're living because they ain't making the money they were making a year ago. That's for sure.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and Ford says they're going to bring in all the jobs with the electric trucks and the electric Mustang. And they've purchased. They're going to have new, what is it, 6 Mile facilities coming up. Um, so yeah, so they're supposed to be doing some stuff. They said that Ford truck, man, you could power your house with that new Ford F-150 Lightning for 3 days. So not only is it a truck, it's a power bank for your house. There's the
Yeah.
thought. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you hear about a lot of them burning down, like Tesla's catching on fire, mm,
There ain't no telling.
yeah, Mickey, electric Mustang. I never thought I'd hear those two words either. They're going to call it a unicorn. I like it. That's funny. Yeah, the generator's built in, man. Hmm. It's like perpetual motion, isn't it? I mean, think about it. You know, if you got a built-in generator and you're moving, you're creating more power and more power. We need more power. So, oh, and by the way, speaking of William Shatner, he's getting ready to go into space. Um,
Was that for real? I didn't know whether it was like
yeah,
clickbait or what.
yeah, they said he was going into space. Was he going with Bezos or what's the other guy's name with the Virgin Mobile? He's going with one of them. I said, wouldn't that be a bunch of crap to go up into space and have a heart attack about the time you get up there? Because he's like 80 some years old. I mean, I guess you could say you went, but
Then
if
died.
you have a heart attack and something happens to you up there, chances are likely you ain't gonna make it back in time. I'm just saying. Um, hmm. My mom said, "Tell you hello."
Hey, hey.
Said, glad to see you back. True, Lionel. True. But then again, ain't nothing cheap no more. So it don't matter
Even
what it
even the hookers are expensive.
is. I mean, that's man. If you can't work on stuff yourself, all of it's expensive. I mean, when you go to dealerships, $100 an hour minimum,
What
and
dealership
just
you going to? Ford Model T
dealership.
from
No,
1903?
the Jeep dealership here in town is $100 an hour, and that was 6 months or a year ago. That was their rate, and that was just to diagnose and tell you what your problem is. I asked them one time about taking the dash out of the Jeep because the actuator for the heat that opened the heat door,
Mm-hmm.
the actuator I thought had gone out. It's a $15 part, right? Well, they
It's like
counted
eight
as a
hours.
10 hour. They
Yeah, that's,
counted as a 10-hour job at the Jeep dealership, which was $1,000 to remove the dash, put in a $15 part, and put the dash back in. I'm going, wait a minute. um, I've been looking on YouTube at how to remove that dash, and it ain't a 10-hour job. Well, that's what we allot for it. I said, well, that's why you won't be doing it. But needless to say, I fixed it myself for nothing. I didn't even have to buy a part. The actuator needed a little oil shot up in it and worked back and forth. It broke free. It's worked fine ever since, knock on wood. But that was another YouTube fix. It didn't cost me a penny. Thank you for YouTube. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that, buddy, so very much. Very kind of you. Mr. Tim Toutant, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, but it's amazing, man. Yeah, Ray, I can't imagine. 250 an hour. Oh my God. Holy crap. Yeah, look, I carried my GMC truck in yesterday for an inspection, and the guy calls me up. He goes, "Oh, we got your truck ready, but you realize you need rear brakes, and we can do it for you." I said, "No, thanks. I just did the front brakes myself 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've got all the stuff at the house to do the rear brakes. I'll be handling that job." He's like, "Okay, no problem. We just thought we would offer." I'm thinking, "Yeah, I bet you would."
mm,
I don't like to be upsold. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Inspect my truck, change my oil, and let's call it done. Don't try to upsell me, and that's what they're all doing now. Um, and I get it, man. But yeah, Ray, I bought all the brakes, all new rotors now. I bought new rotors, four rotors, ceramic pads, everything for my GMC truck, and I think I spent a total, if 400 for everything. And I think the dealership would probably charge me like 700 or 800 to do it. I'm like, there ain't no way. And they were going to turn the rotors. I put new rotors. Okay. So, yeah, EQ, you can just about buy new rotors today for the price of turning them, man, carrying them somewhere, having to get somebody to turn them, pay them, bring them home, put them back on. I just take new ones out of the box, clean them real good with some brake cleaner, and put them on, man. Boom, done. Take the old ones, take them to a recycle plant, get a little cash for them, you're done. Um, yeah,
That's what
a
I do.
new windshield washer reservoir and the label. I said,
Or if you have a machine shop, you just do what I do. and
cut your load.
and
Yeah, there you go.
do them
So,
yourself. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't do anything because damn, AutoZone is a mile and a half down the road. O'Reilly's
that's
is
what I said,
if I'm
man. I
if
mean,
I'm
you
if
can't.
I'm feeling special, I'll go to O'Reilly's because O'Reilly's has better parts than Advance and
Yeah,
AutoZone.
I like O'Reilly's too. That's where I bought my brake stuff from, was O'Reilly's actually. I like those guys. And sometimes you can get around and get a coupon and get a little bit of money off too. Plus, I've got points that I get there. Um, but I mean, yeah, man, they scare brakes are an easy thing to fix, an easy thing to replace. But people scare you to death. Oh, it's your brakes, man. You gotta make sure they're perfect. Oh, well, hell, it ain't that hard. I mean, it's really not that hard.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, man.
All right, man. Let's
Thank
get going because I gotta go get my stuff done and head back to the shop tonight.
you. All right, man. Well, appreciate it, and I've had a good time. Thank
Always a
you to
good
all you
time,
guys
man.
for being here tonight.
Hopefully one day
Thank you
I
again.
can start cutting some stuff out of my life so I
Hit
ain't so damn
the
busy.
thumbs up button, guys. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out if you don't mind. It shows you like it. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down twice, um, as they say. Um, but thank you all so much. Thank you, Tim, again, buddy. I really appreciate that. I'm very, very appreciative and humbled by that. Um, so yeah,
Yes, sir. Tim, thank you, sir.
thumbs up, guys. And thank you, Dustin, for being here with us tonight
Yeah,
and
man.
for getting everything going. And we will let you guys get out of here and go do your thing, man. It's still early, so go chill out, work on a plane, have some fun, and
Yeah,
final
and go
words,
make
Dustin.
some parts. Go make some prototype parts for some RC planes I've been messing with.
And
But
happy anniversary to you, bro.
oh, thanks, man. Thank you guys. We got that 7 year itch. Is where we at, but we've been together for 10 years, so
That's right.
be all
Cool
good.
deal. Awesome. Awesome.
All right, guys, y'all
All
have a
good
good one. Be
things.
safe. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Happy flying.
Adios, amigos.
See you. Bye.
Okay, we's off. Let me sign out before I forget.